Hi guys, welcome back to TV Spoilers. Today, I'm going to reveal to viewers the dramatic love triangle between Noah, Sienna, and Audra, bringing exciting and dramatic conflicts of jealousy. The explosive drama in the love triangle between Audra, Sienna, and Noah will bring surprises to the audience. Audra acts as a support system for Noah, potentially causing Sienna to become jealous. Audra Charles proactively reaches out to Noah, not as an ex-lover, but as a friend who understands his loss. She listens to Noah's confessions about Sienna's passing, subtly bringing up memories of their relationship in London, but only to the extent of sharing his grief. This makes Noah feel comforted and begins to see Audra from a different perspective, as someone who can truly understand him. This story is no longer simply a typical love triangle, but more like an old crack in Noah's heart suddenly widening at his weakest moment. Sienna's mysterious disappearance throws everything around Noah into a state of weightlessness, as if someone has stripped away the core of his familiar rhythm of life. He's not only bewildered, not knowing Sienna's whereabouts, whether she's safe or in danger, but also worn down by a feeling of powerlessness. This powerlessness is the most dangerous thing because it makes a man who always tries to remain calm begin to need something to cling to. Someone willing to sit beside him long enough to listen to everything he can't tell anyone else. And Audra appears in that void, not loudly, not hastily, not trying to take any position immediately, but stepping in like a shadow that understands Noah's pain. Audra actively seeks out Noah, but her approach doesn't feel aggressive. It was a meticulously calculated approach, so subtle that the other person might think it was just a coincidence. But in reality, every opening word, every pause, every glance was perfectly placed. Audra didn't appear as an ex wanting to get back together, nor as a woman vying for his affection. She positioned herself in the safest, yet most dangerous, place, an understanding friend. She knew Noah was hurting because of Sienna, knew he was torn between anxiety, guilt, and exhaustion, so she didn't deny those feelings, didn't belittle Sienna, and didn't directly question Noah about their relationship. She chose to listen, and Audra's wisdom lay in her understanding that in moments of disorientation, a good listener often has a greater influence than a talker. Noah initially kept his distance. He didn't want to be misunderstood, nor did he want to mistake the comforting feeling for a new romantic attraction. In his mind, Sienna remained the center of his anxiety, the woman who was disappearing from his grasp in a way too unusual for him to remain calm. But the more he tried to stay rational, the more Noah realized he was exhausted. Days of hopeless searching, the recurring thoughts of the worst-case scenario, the unfinished memories with Sienna that he hadn't yet resolved, it all seemed to weigh him down. And when Audra sat there, not pressuring him to be strong, not demanding explanations, not forcing him to choose right from wrong in his confused state, Noah began to relax instinctively. It wasn't betrayal. It was a very human reaction to loneliness. What made things dangerous was that Audra truly understood Noah, not the superficial understanding of someone who had known him in the past, but an understanding stemming from having seen the insecurities in him. She knew Noah tended to take all the blame upon himself when things went wrong. She knew he easily blamed himself when the person he loved faced hardship. She also knew he always tried to appear calm to the point of forgetting that he himself needed saving. Therefore, Audra's way of comforting Noah was not ostentatious. She wasn't trying to be right, she was trying to be accurate. She brought up memories of London not to overtly rekindle old flames, but to remind Noah that there was a time when he was a more carefree version of himself. A time when he could smile without forcing it. She didn't emphasize their past relationship as a triumph, but used it as a bridge to lead Noah out of his current panic. The plot makes it difficult for viewers to choose sides. Some might side with Audra because she's mature, a good listener, and there for him when no one needed her. Others might side with Sienna because she's the one suffering the most, feeling both insecure and at risk of losing faith. And some might sympathize with Noah because he's torn between responsibility and the need for salvation. This emotional divide is actually a sign of a good storyline because it sparks debate after each episode instead of just generating a fleeting reaction. Whose side will Noah take? Just one person disappearing, one staying too close, and one man no longer sure he's doing the right thing that's enough to shake the whole story. In this precarious situation, the audience will not only be watching to see who Noah chooses, but also who will be the first to give up lying to themselves. Because sometimes the biggest explosion in a love triangle isn't when secrets are revealed, but when someone realizes they've gone too far. And when Sienna reappears, Noah will understand that the most terrifying thing isn't how long she's been gone, but how much his heart has changed during that time. On our TV Spoilers channel, I always seek content inspiration for each video by compiling short video clips to analyze and offer my personal opinions. This channel specializes in analyzing, theorizing, and discussing plot points in the Young and the Restless series from the perspective of a longtime fan. Through this, viewers can gain deeper, more objective, and more interesting perspectives. Subscribe to the channel to stay updated on the latest news about the Young and the Restless series.